Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 77
Ooh.
of Press Any Key.
Lucky.
Yes.
Double lucky.
Double lucky. I'm your host, Pat Naparano. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Mike Burke,
Hello.
Nick from...
Via simulcast.
Yeah, the simulcast. Yeah. On the West Coast.
The first global satellite concert ever.
Yeah. 1.5 billion people, dude.
Never before, never again.
Where is he from? And what are we doing?
We got Jess here, too.
I'm also
Jess is
here.
here.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, yeah, Jess is here, by the way.
I derailed him. I apologize.
It's okay.
Oh yeah, share, like, all the good stuff. Everything the algorithm likes. There'll be a thumbnail. You know, that'll help. All of our shows get our views afterwards, like a week after.
Hey, like it's it takes time, but we're getting more
Top
views.
Gun one's up to 100 again.
Dude, I'm happy about it. Yeah, if you don't want to listen or watch the entire podcast, we clip it out. We do the fun stuff and we do the little parts.
Yeah.
So you watch the 20-minute version of the
Bite
show
size.
10 times.
So if you can't handle
Fun stuff and the little parts. My favorite parts of every episode.
Is that what I said?
Yes, you did. You said that. Everyone, and
I'm gonna title like our playlist "Fun Stuff" and the Little Stuff
in the little part.
and the little
Little
part.
parts. Get it right.
I'm so sorry.
Man, I'm uncomfortable.
That's the name. We should name a band that. Fun stuff and the little parts.
Oh, I thought you were saying we should name a band. Man, I'm uncomfortable.
Well, that's our
album.
That's the
first
first album. Yeah. All right. So we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. We got some little parts to talk about.
Little parts.
Big one up. Main topic for the night. We're talking about Elvis. Now, if you didn't see Elvis, you're gonna have to leave.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
is it
I'm
really
out.
a spoiler? What happens?
What happens? Yeah.
It's like I was telling my dad he was watching Narcos, and I was like, he dies at the end, right? Because this is historically accurate. And he's like, what? Why would you tell me? And I was like, you don't have to change anything around.
We'll get into it. I was disappointed with how they portrayed his
I
death.
know.
You know what I was looking for.
We'll talk about
I think everybody knows exactly what I was looking for in that moment. And then we're going to talk about Obi-Wan series. We haven't really been doing episodic reviews. I mean, I shotgunned the whole thing this morning. And
Is that indicative of how it is?
We're gonna be doing spoilers, boilers, and
Yeah.
gargoyles
Yeah, I
for
saw that.
Obi-Wan. I don't know if anybody else caught that, but
I'm expecting something in each, Nick.
yes.
the
all
funny part is that I copied the copy out of that document and I put it in mine, and somehow that still landed up on the list, and I didn't see it until I said it. Okay, and then some hot drama this week in the world of comic book movies. Now listen, it's not really like a comic book movie, but it was a big event in the community, and it was the only thing I read within the Spiderman comic book community for
boy.
2 to 3 full days. So I think it's worth just recapping for people who aren't aware. So Netflix announces their ad subscription tier, and then we have some Evil West gameplay, which we're going to start with right the fuck now. So I haven't seen this yet. However, I did watch.
Oh, you haven't watched any of it?
I've watched their gameplay before.
Yeah.
And I'm totally this is a day one buy for me for sure.
This looks right up your alley.
Yes, this is 100% a Pat game for sure.
PAK game.
All right, we're starting it. Ooh. See, they already got me on the setting and the. That is a satisfying noise.
The sound design.
And then they reward you with money.
I get to shoot a corpse.
They reward you with money.
Like, there's that sweet cha-ching.
For $36 in cash coin.
Dude, collecting coins in Mario has come a long way.
Their in-game currency is money.
If you also didn't know, TNT explodes.
Explosive barrels. Okay, I'm okay with this. This is all good stuff so far.
Yeah. It's then we get
Over the shoulder.
I love this. This guy's yelling and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then instantly it's just like, nah, fuck you.
Nice.
He wasn't even like
Nice.
another villain, or a
I want to play
boss.
this right now.
So it's like a combo of it's very God of War
dude.
feeling like
That was 100% God of War.
just wait. There's one thing he does with the guy and like 2-3 seconds that you'll see. This guy, actually.
Fuck
Watch.
yeah.
Ready?
Fuck yeah. Fuck
Oh
yeah. Oh my god. I need to play
Punches
this
him
fucking
up,
game.
combos him, and then just shoots him 15 times with a pistol into pieces.
Dude. You can't tell me this game doesn't look fucking awesome.
It's cool. It's cool looking. It looks a lot like God of War with like the brutality and like the up close punchy combat, but you get a gun. And then
Their pre-rendered cutscenes lame.
yeah, but it's something about vampires. It's the
Yeah, so the enemies
this
are
guy-
vampires.
This guy you'll see is a vampire-y dude with
My interest
you know,
is piqued.
they said dating and a vampire.
I'm gonna skip ahead to get back to gameplay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the enemies are vampires, right?
No.
Fuck, this setting is so cool.
It is a cool like atmosphere of the game.
Like we're gotta be in some sort of like underground tomb now or some shit,
This
right?
looks like the planet Exegol in whatever Star Wars movie the last one was.
Bless you.
Oh, the Y of Skywalker.
Yes,
Here,
yes, that
Pat,
one.
watch this.
Oh,
So you get to
God
like
damn
punch
it.
people up and throw them into
What
other
are
enemies.
those
What are
trunk
those?
people?
They're like people. I think there's some kind of
Those
like.
are Rick and Morty characters.
I thought you said they were Trump people.
I thought he said Trump
but
people,
they're
too.
trunk,
Trunk,
people.
trunk.
Yeah,
And I was just going with it.
yeah. Like okay, that's fine.
like elephant trunk.
You're allowed to
make it
trash
clear.
politicians on the show.
That's
don't worry.
okay. And there's a whole
Oh, there's an upgrade system.
upgrade
too.
tree where you get like different kind of combat moves. This is
Oh
where
my
it's like
god, this is
real,
me.
real
This
God
is
of
all
War.
for me.
I know.
This is exactly what I love in video games. Single player, leave me alone. Let me upgrade all my stuff.
Here's my question: do you get to build?
I do not think so.
Oh,
Speaking of building, one of my friends who was here last night says he plays 7 days. So
oh yeah.
Interesting.
I guess
I've
we
Yeah,
played
never
that
stop
game.
playing Minecraft then.
Right.
we're not stopping Minecraft.
So this is also single player. It is online co-op, which says that.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so what's the deal with that? Did they explain how that works yet?
Don't maybe. I'm just reading
That
down like
was cool.
details but it's got like you can tell it's got like the you have the dodge roll, so you get like the Dark Souls kind of
Right.
dodgy thing, and it's a good mix of. You know, like when you want to punch people, you punch people. When you want to shoot people, you shoot people.
It's
And
got that
that's-
free flow vibe I can see right now. Dude, that
Yeah.
God, that's fucking awesome.
It's
That's
also
cool,
got
too.
like.
So
it
like,
reminds
is
me
this
of, like,
supposed to be like a boss battle? Or is he
this
just
is
like?
this is a boss battle.
Why are you only fighting the minions though right now? What the fuck?
Because I think a lot of it, as I was about to say, it's like it reminds me of BioShock, where you have to do like
I was just gonna say it's
Yeah.
very Bioshock.
the character design's very BioShock, and where you have to kind of manage multiple enemies, like that kind of play style, and you can then use the other enemies to kill that guy. Like he was punching him up and then throwing him into him to do damage. Mm-hmm. So, it is a I can read some of the description if you want while we're watching it.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
But read it as if you're a Mario from
I'm not gonna do it.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it as Chris
Chris
Pratt,
Pratt
Mario.
doing Mario.
Yeah.
All right, so a dark menace consumes the American frontier. As one of the last agents in a top secret vampire hunting institute, you are a final line between humanity and a deep-rooted terror that now emerges from the shadows. Rise up to become a Wild West superhero, eradicate the vampire
There
threat,
it is.
and save the United States. Oh, do we want to save the United States?
I don't know about that last part though.
Yeah. So you get visceral, explosive combat, unleash hell with your firearms, lightning
Yeah,
fueled
dude, you
gauntlet.
have like there's like 3 guns on your back. You have a big ass fucking glove on that has a grappling hook on it.
Yet kill bloodthirsty monstrosities in the style as a lone hunter or a co-op with a friend. So I guess it's only 2-player,
That'd be fine. Who wants to
totally
co-op
fine.
with me?
Explore and fight in a narrative-driven campaign while upgrading your weapons and hunting tools. Unlock new perks to evolve your monster-slaying mastery. Myths and legends are
A
retold.
grapple.
So it's just Vampire Wild West, which, not undermining that. That's a cool, kind of like Abraham Lincoln vampire
Yeah.
hunter kind of deal.
God, this looks awesome. I saw.
There's several things about saving America here, and not a good time to.
Not a great time.
Not a great time to talk about.
Not a great
that.
time to talk about saving America. Okay, so this is like some of the. So this is like the stuff that people. Oh,
Yeah.
this is like the real boss. Okay, so let's.
But
Okay.
like it looks cool.
Oh,
Like,
a bat creature. Well, vampires, I guess.
Man bat.
Man bat.
man bat. Highborn man bat.
Oh yes.
wow.
It looks like the Valkyrie from God of War.
Yeah, it's really
Dude, this looks sick.
What is this on?
it's gonna be on like everything.
PC, PS5. I'm pretty sure is the initial launch, and then it'll go to Xbox.
It's also coming to PS4.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it's coming to PC though, I'm 100% playing this on PC.
It's coming to PC. It's gonna be out September 20th so far.
Oh, that's right around our birthdays, Mike. Just saying.
September
Someone-
20th, it said.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be around.
Someone could buy it. Nick, if you buy this for me, I'll buy this for you.
Okay, that sounds fair. I was gonna say maybe like Pat with his new company card.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You can hook us up.
Hey, we talked about it. It's an expense.
This is the second, or I think this is the second or third time somebody has brought up me expensing something on a company card. Not you guys, like other people. And why is everybody coming after my money?
Hey, man. So I guess you get like this is probably the co-op. You play one or two of those people.
Oh, makes sense. Okay, September
September
20th, PS5, PS4, and is it coming to PC?
It is. So I'm looking at the Steam page right now.
Oh, okay. Well, that would make sense. wouldn't it?
That would do it.
Well, I'm fucking in on that. I'm all in on that.
if you pre-order, you get some skins. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you won't get me. I do want to pre-order. God, what's that? There's a game coming out in the fall. Oh, the new Call of Duty. There's so much they're giving away with the pre-order
Oh, for real?
that I'm obligated to.
You got it.
Like what? What kind of stuff?
I forget.
Things.
I forget like what the multiplayer stuff is. Like majority of it, because ultimately, like, who cares?
Yeah.
But
Comes with
they're giving away
plans where you
every-
can 3D print a gun.
oh my
and a
God.
permit.
We Treyarch is now partnered with the NRA. But no, what's that? You get like the whole skin pack for Ghost, and he's my favorite character. It's like you get 10 skins for that motherfucker, and it's just for a pre-order. It doesn't cost you any more money, and I'm gonna buy it anyway. So,
And you get a battle pass.
oh, you do?
Yeah, with 50 tier skips. So
Oh, that is
If you
fucking
wanna-
worth it
this is just for you.
for sure.
It's like, do you want to skip a bunch of shit?
Yes.
Pay-
that's
you don't
me.
pay extra?
Right there. Start with an advantage. I'm there.
Jess, were you gonna say something?
Oh, I was gonna ask how long that video was, because it feels like they like showed you a lot of stuff.
It's like it's 10 minutes
It's like
of
10
gameplay.
minutes.
Oh. Well, it was cool. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they usually don't show you that much.
Yeah, it's like a proper
Well,
Yeah.
there'll be-
gameplay
It depends.
trailer.
It depends on how far along they are in development. And when this was revealed, this was already like
pretty
pretty deep in.
Yeah,
So,
pretty
they
big.
can now show like 10 minutes and put out trailers. And if it's coming out September 20th, which is it's June,
3
Christ,
months?
it's
Yeah.
June, yeah. So like 3 months.
God damn.
Wow. 3 months is September.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
April,
hurts.
June, and November.
Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. All right. Speaking of stopping it, because I'm probably going to cancel my subscription. Netflix.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a week. Stranger Things will be done, and then
Yeah,
like, what else am
and
I
then
gonna
what am I
watch?
gonna
on it?
watch? There's some stand-up specials I got to catch up on, but
Santa specials.
yep, some stand-up Santa specials.
I was. I thought you were like really excited about holiday specials on Netflix.
I can't wait to watch the Santa specials.
It's relevant, and you didn't even see Elvis, Nick. That's a big plot point.
Okay.
Oh,
Netflix.
is that what happened to Elvis?
That's
He didn't
what
die. He
happened.
becomes Santa Claus.
Nick, spoilers.
Chill.
Did I just
Chill,
spoil
chill,
the whole movie?
Chill.
Thanks, everybody.
So yeah, Netflix announces an ad subscription tier service, I guess. So like their quote was that this isn't changing the base experience. Like what you have will not change. This is straight up, like without in so many words, it said, yeah, this is for poor people.
It literally is, hey, Netflix is too expensive for me, and I don't mind advertising.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get we're adding an ad tier.
Yeah. I pay like $20 a month, I think, right now.
I think it's like $18 or something like that.
Whatever the 4K package is, that's what I
I
have.
don't even have that. Like, I have
It's $19.99.
right.
How much is the 4K package? Let me look it up.
That's
like,
right
I'm
now.
spending
I have
$40
Netflix
a
help
month.
up. It's their top tier. The premium is $20.
Yeah, but I think I have the
that.
middle tier plus like one or two extra streaming capabilities for, like if multiple people want to watch it once.
$20 a month doesn't seem that bad though.
That's $15.49 for that one, Mike.
That's it. Yeah, so it's like $17 after tax.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I guess this one will be like $7 or something, and
Whatever Hulu
Get
probably
ads.
is with Hulu sub price.
yo, who for real? Who has Hulu Premium?
I don't know.
I don't know. A single
Yeah,
goddamn
Hulu's
person.
$7 is what Hulu
Okay.
is. So I'm sure it's going to be the exact same price.
Yeah, maybe a little cheaper too.
If they want to do $5.99, but like,
And I don't mind
I-
ads.
I'm always considering getting Hulu Premium just because their ads are so repetitive and so frequent. It's like
And they're
nonstop.
badly tailored. Like,
Yeah.
there was a
Yeah,
good
their ad targeting is not great.
there was a good point when I was watching, like, I think when I was watching Solar Opposites. I was getting ads that was like exclusively in Spanish for like 2 weeks.
Nice.
For
Yeah.
me, like, and I was, like not even like just, little bit, like actually properly the whole ad in Spanish.
Huh.
And it was for like, I don't know, like Spanish insurance or so, like something that I will never
Something
buy.
that you'll never
like,
buy.
Liberty Insurance in Spanish.
God damn,
like,
that's good data right there. They didn't get bad data at all.
I know. You just crawl any bit of anything for
Yeah.
me, and it's like, just show me an Xbox
Just
ad.
Google Mike Burke. Like you have
That's the
his
problem.
name. Yeah.
Very general name. Don't
Yeah.
Too many
don't
Mike
find
Burks
me.
out there.
That's the thing. Like everybody gets freaked out about data harvesting.
So-
It's like if I just get better ads, I don't really care about my
So-
data being harvested.
Let me ask you guys a question. Well, I mean, I think they should be taxed on that data though.
They 100% should.
Are any of you guys thinking of changing your Netflix package for this one or no?
If
No.
it's $5 and I'm literally like a third of the cost, I probably will. I legitimately like don't watch anything on Netflix. I mean, I'll change it after Stranger Things, so I don't have to
Yeah.
sit through like 20 ads in a 2-hour episode.
Oh, true.
But
Forgot
I mean,
about that.
really, like my grandma uses my Netflix, and I don't think she's gonna complain if there's an ad or two about it.
What if she
Yeah,
does,
but
dude?
how many screens do you get with this new package, though?
I'm
Like, will your grandma be able to use it as well as you?
I'm guessing it'll be like that'll be the adjustment to the base tier, and then whatever like additions you want to do will be the same. So
Like a la carte?
yeah,
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or maybe not. Maybe
I mean,
like $7 or buy a bigger package, bitch.
I mean, that it could be. I don't even think we need that anymore. But I got it when I was using Netflix. My brother was, my parents were, because it was the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, my whole house still uses it, so
Yeah.
I wish more people used it so we get more for my money.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, does this new package include the gaming? Everybody's favorite part of Netflix.
I would say no, dude. No.
Absolutely not.
No. There's no way. They would not put that much infrastructure into something that costs so cheap when they charge so many people a
Well, I mean, the
premium for it.
Netflix gaming infrastructure is like no better than what would be on a a free game on a phone.
Yeah, and it doesn't even, you're not using the Netflix app. It just reroutes you to the Google Play or Apple Play Store.
Oh yeah, that's right. Actually,
I'm sure it'll get
I forgot
better,
about that.
hopefully or something, but
I don't
I'm looking
know.
at this article from Input Mag. The title is "I played every Netflix game. What the hell is going on?" Like, it starts off with the earliest days of dark mobile gaming is how to describe it. Oh God.
Dude, Netflix is shit in the bed right now. But yeah, I don't think I would change my subscription. What about you, Jess?
I mean, I'm willing to give it a shot at first just to see what it's like. But I mean, I'm like kind of used to ads from every other service at this point.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, I don't know. I'll wait and see how it goes. I'm not making any decisions yet.
Well, this is also like a direct response to Netflix lost 200,000 subscribers earlier this year, and that was like the first time they saw a decline.
Yeah.
So they're like,
Yeah, well there's a whole
Fuck.
market they're leaving off the table. And that's the working poor, and they're coming for you now.
yeah. Netflix
Don't
is
worry,
coming
poor
for the
people, they're
working
coming
poor.
for you.
Okay? They're like, "Hey, listen. You'll be able to watch TV while you starve, okay? Like it'll be fine."
You can watch Is It Cake and then be like starving watching it.
Yeah.
Please be
Let
cake,
them
I'm-
watch Is It Cake?
Don't worry,
Holy
we took
shit.
anything that will remind you of basic necessities off the streaming service.
You cannot watch any shows about food, transportation, political uprising. Like, it's just gonna censor every possible thing to like.
Anything that would give you any idea
Right.
of how fucked up you really have it.
Here, please enjoy. Another Netflix
So
original.
it's the China version of
It very well
Netflix.
could be. you
yeah.
know? This is probably like two in response to them just continuing to like I mean obviously like lose all of their money and everything, but all of the other shit where they're trying to like like you can't share passwords, you can't share these, like these are all nice media spins as being like
Yeah, but I'm
remember
waiting
all
for
that
the
happened.
I'm waiting for the major play though.
What's that gonna be? Like what could that be?
The theaters.
What, Netflix in theater?
Netflix releases their movies in theaters.
Well, a while ago they were talking about buying their own theaters. Remember
COVID
when that was a
happened.
thing?
They talked about buying AMC.
Yeah.
That would have been fucking crazy.
Well,
Imagine you have a Netflix subscription and that also just works with your A-list now.
that'd be kind of cool.
Dude, I'd be about it.
Okay, and Netflix is like, yeah, we're going to put all of our movies, shitty or not, in the movie theater because we own the distribution.
They would literally probably be like, here, $20 for a day. Just you can go, don't leave, and you can go and
like it would be something else for sure. But then the other problem is the problem I have with them buying theaters as opposed to just putting their movies in theaters is that substantially moves the needle and sets a precedent in Hollywood because Disney has also talked about either buying a chain already or investing in their own and then just releasing Disney properties in it.
See, I don't have a problem with Netflix doing it, but I have a major problem with Disney doing it because they've got control over too much as it is.
I think yeah, definitely. I think though it's like they would have done it if it would have been like viable at this point. Like I know they were talking about it, and I'm sure it just doesn't seem like that's a
They're waiting for somebody to make the first move, Mike. Don't.
but like
The time to do it would have been during COVID when it's like movie theaters were like we need help, we're a sinking
right,
ship.
we'll pay you to like. But that's the thing. It's like it's constantly.
Well, they were busy subsidizing their own streaming service at that point.
But it's constantly the difficult challenge to get children and women, statistically into movies.
Mike, is it really that big of a challenge to get
Yeah,
children or
dude,
women?
it's such a big challenge. That's why
this
they put
day and
them in-
age.
Bro,
Nick,
that's why they put them in the fucking lifeboats first on the Titanic.
No.
The entertainment industry in America would have
Actually.
fucking collapsed, okay? Like,
Very statistically, most of the people that do go see movies and everything are
40-year-old men.
men 20 to 50 or whatever, like that demographic.
18
in
to
there.
35, I believe.
whatever the
is-
fuck it is.
You mean me?
Yeah. Yeah, Nick is you're the poster child that comes up. This is our target demographic, and it's like, wasn't his beard different last week?
That's why I'm always changing it up. I don't want Disney coming for me.
They have to pay you every week to use a new photo.
You just see a pair of Mickey ears move by his window. They're there, Nick.
This is why he's so outspoken about not wanting Disney theater.
But to get back on topic, either way, I think that this is a better idea because now they're not leaving money on the table to have this subscription. They're gonna raise their prices. So, inflation, digital goods, man, they get more expensive. But ultimately, I think the theaters is where Netflix's future lies.
It's just from like a business perspective, right?
Yeah,
Like
dude.
that-
What if they went to a weekly release schedule and they did shit where like the new episode of Stranger Things is playing in our theater tonight?
I would probably go do that.
You know what I mean?
think that would be fun.
Then there's a bunch of dudes dressed up as demigorgons and
Demi-gorgons.
Demi Lovato Gorgon.
yeah, Demi Lovato gorgons. There's a big tentacle monster. There's somebody who's there with their friend.
I'm really enjoying your your like marketing only perspective of Stranger Things
yeah,
right here.
yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But that's a cool. That's a cool,
I'm not saying like we hire people for that. I'm saying that's just what you're gonna
No,
cultivate.
I know, but I'm
you
saying
know?
that you haven't seen Stranger Things, so you're like, I know the three main villains here. It's a big tentacle man.
Get a bunch of chicks with crew cuts. Those will be in full supply that night.
Just walking around. You just have a bunch of children.
That's what I'm saying. The future lies for Netflix in physical entertainment locations.
So we're going back to selling DVDs.
No,
They're going back to the
mailing
physical.
DVDs.
That would be a crazy play. Imagine if it worked though. But it would also only be people in their 40s once again.
Yeah, I don't own anything that has an optic drive.
An optical drive, yeah.
like
Neither do I. Well, no, I guess the PS5.
What?
I might.
Pat,
my
you're the
PS4,
only
yeah,
person I
guess.
know that has a collection of physical, playable discs. I don't know why I said it like that.
4K DVDs.
4K DVDs.
4K Blu-rays.
Blu-ray,
They're
my bad, my
Blu-rays.
bad.
Blu-rays.
All right. Either way, though, yes, I think Netflix lies there. But even then, the ad service is fine too.
How do you think that would work? Like, if they did have a theater, do you think it would be like when a show first premieres, it would be in the theater, and then like after you'd be able to watch it on the app?
Well, I'm saying that what if they go to a weekly release schedule? If they did like one, for instance, like Stranger Things is a big enough show. Mm-hmm. So once a week, why wouldn't they have showings at their theater?
This is literally how movies were in 1920.
Yeah.
And then also they
I'm just
churn
connecting
out
that.
so much bullshit
I know.
so fast.
It would definitely have
There's
to be
too
like their
much.
main, table stakes things. But I could totally see it would be really cool to every week go and see like the new Stranger Things with like your friends and shit. Because you're bringing back that
Yeah.
collective viewing experience.
They also
and
need to bring. Can you do a watch party on Netflix yet?
I don't.
You can do one on Disney Plus, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know. I know you can have like non-official watch party, but I don't think Netflix
To
has
share
a,
your screen on Discord.
Yeah,
Netflix also needs to get the watch parties going because that retains a lot of users. When you're like, my mom and dad are divorced, and my dad lives on the West Coast, and we still gotta watch Shameless, so we do a watch party.
this is the only thing we talk about.
Yeah. Our
That's all
dinner,
we've got left.
our dinners are silent.
Yeah.
It's just the sound of utensils hitting the plate.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, that does taste good. That's
Yeah,
it.
this reheated pizza is pretty good, Dad.
Why who eats pizza with a fork and knife?
That's why he's divorced.
He's from Scottsdale, Arizona, and he's never going back.
Oh Christ.
Dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
Keeps my pizza nice and crispy.
My blood thin.
Speaking of the heat,
There's been
Spider-Man
some heat.
Lotus got some fucking heat this past week. To say it lightly.
Oh Wayne.
Okay, so I watched this whole situation unfold on Twitter. I am not exclusively the only person who saw this. This is not some. This already happened. However, I think it's too crazy of a story not to be told. So, have I mentioned this fan film project?
You've
that
brought
they're
it
wor-
up before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's this, for people who don't know, there's this fan movie being made right now called Spider-Man Lotus, right? I have not been on this this gravy train of Spider-Man Lotus since the beginning. I'd only caught on because the director got really big on social media by he had a lot of hot takes on Spider-Man.
Yeah, and they
So-
that was when they were showing a bunch of the screen grabs and shit from it or whatever, and it was
Yeah.
people were like, "What Spider-Man movie is this from?"
Yeah, pretty much. And it was so either way though, he ended up I think it was like a Kickstarter account or one of those crowdfunding sites. He got $120,000 from his following to make this Spider-Man fan film, which I am told that the reason he wanted to make this fan film is because he didn't like the current MCU Spider-Man. So it was reactionary in nature. Like he didn't like what was being put out there. So he
The
was
best things are created out of
yeah,
spite.
So he was like, you know what? I'm gonna put my own filmmaking hat on. Now apparently he did this when he was like 19. So he's 22 now. So he's been working on this project for years, right? Not only that, he had some buddies with him, and that dude, this is like straight up, like apparently allegedly he was uncool to one of them when that kid was 9 years old. Very uncool to him. That kid is now 15 and was the one that leaked these DMs and got his revenge.
And other shit. Like apparently they didn't pay the people on the
apparently
movie.
there's that.
There's a lot of like building.
There's a lot of stuff that came out afterwards, but
the entire
I'll just get to
go for it.
Basically, so first thing that happened was the lead actor of the movie. What's his name?
Wayne
Warden.
Right.
I've never heard of him
very,
before.
like, comic book name.
Yeah.
It's the perfect name.
It's the perfect name for him, for sure.
Too bad.
Yeah. Oops. All right. So these DMs got leaked, and they're pretty fucking bad. I mean, I'm not gonna pull them up here, and I'm obviously not gonna repeat them, but they're not great. You can go look them up if you want. And now apparently these messages came from years ago, and these guys are in their early 20s. So they were making these comments when they were teenagers.
Classic 15-year-old,
Yeah,
like Xbox lobby.
I'm pretty sure someone made the claim that one of them was from 2020. So I don't, but like from what everything else I read, it seemed like this had been going on for like this went on years ago.
Right.
So that comes out, right? And that causes a whole shitstorm to happen because literally the day before this, maybe like 48 hours, the director, the original guy, he posted the fucking Adobe Assembly cut, a picture of it, saying like, oh, like like the first cut's in and it's around an hour and 46 minutes and like it's gonna go to this and like he has his plans and it'll be out like sometime by the end of the summer, right?
Right.
Whew, man, I don't know if he can keep that timeline anymore.
That's a real.
So the lead actors, his DMs leak, right? And it's pretty damning, right? So all this goes on, and everyone starts going after him and starts asking the director for accountability. You're gonna keep this guy in the movie, because that's like everyone's thing now is like they have to like even though the movie's already shot, you know what I mean?
You have to Amber Heard justify.
Yeah, and there's no way that's gonna happen in a fan-made like movie.
Yeah, they cannot reshoot the movie if they're like, here's the first cut.
It was made for $120,000. It's just not in the budget.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen. So he releases a statement saying that he didn't know about this and he was very sorry and that this isn't gonna stop him from making the movie and that the person he worked with on set and he created this character with for this movie, he's what's it called? He never saw that, so he stands by him.
Right.
Which, fair enough. Then his DMs leak.
The shot chaser combo and shit.
Yes. So then his DMs leak, and they're even worse than the original guys.
and then you're like, oh yeah, it's a fan-made movie. Like, these people are probably assholes. Like,
so his DMs leak, and now there are a bunch that went around that were photoshopped and aren't real, and I don't know how or why they are photoshopped, but I do know that people who were in the movie and who worked on the movie go, oh, those are definitely not real. I've seen the real messages, like those aren't them.
Right. Okay.
But however, I did see the real ones. They're pretty bad as well. Once again, apparently these come from years ago in different group chats, and like they were young and stupid. Either way, though,
yeah,
this fan movie, generated so much hype in the community, and it was all burned to the ground in 6 hours.
Can you imagine this was a really bad marketing ploy?
Oh,
we're gonna be like, we're not getting anything for this.
So, as you know, though, Twitter is gonna do what Twitter does,
as it does,
and Twitter had some hilarious takes.
Jesus. Yeah, as all of the tweets, all of the DMs were very racist and homophobic messaging. So that's where this applies from.
Yeah. So then we have
oh God.
You better lead scene from Spiderman. You better be white under that mask.
Yeah, man, I have really dark humor. That's racism.
Why are they doing this to me?
I don't know. You tell me. Oh, because you're just previewing it.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, okay. Lead actor and creator revealed to be racist. Drop the Green Goblin costume to distract from. Okay, so that's the other thing too. While all this hysteria is going on, they dropped the Green Goblin costume from Spider-Man Lotus, right? And look at this shit, you guys. Holy shit. Look at this costume.
It looks like a porn version of Spider-Man. Like,
Oh,
it's
God.
That looks
straight
like
up-
something from Halloween Town.
Yeah, a porn version of Spider-Man.
By Halloween Town, you mean like the Disney movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you
I
cover up
thought you were
his chin and his mouth, and he kind of looks cute. Like a
Okay.
like a playful little imp.
I don't know about that, Nick.
Well, yeah.
just,
That's a massive underbite.
Yeah.
that is.
Poor
It's
guy.
like a big old pit bull.
Wow.
This is Grandpa from Hey Arnold.
Dude, you would see this.
The top of his thing is covering like his balls on
So,
his head.
so they released this to kind of like to try and distract from this, right? And then guess what, you guys? This actor's DMs leaked, and they're racist
no.
as fuck too.
I'm just like I wanted it to be like you have this image up and then it's like, and guess what? Then it goes black and white, like a true crime documentary.
So, drop Green Goblin costume to distract from the news. Green Goblin is also revealed to be racist. So, they were having a rough go of it. Let's see what else we got.
Oh Christ, that looks like a. Oh no!
Somebody had to make that mask.
Keep going. I don't want to see no more of that.
Do you think they made that prior to this? Like, did they like?
You think someone ran to their
Oh my
sewing
God.
machine?
Was it a
No, they already
KKK
had
member?
one.
Was like just a big Spider-Man fan already?
We live in
chance.
a time where the Flash is on the run from the police and Spider-Man is caught in a web of racism. Which, yeah, Ezra Miller's still on the run. Oh, I accidentally,
You and I are not so different. Him and Green Goblin.
yeah, racist Green Goblin to racist Spider-Man. You and I are not so different.
Did
Oh,
you
there
hear
it
his like
is.
justification for?
Oh,
like,
yeah, here we go. Peter
That's a
Parker.
classic.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Oh, yeah, read the comment. Jamie Foxx was amazing, Electro. Even I, being a racist, look forward to his return in Spider-Man
Oh, God.
3. And, like, Spider-Man Lotus director.
Oh my God.
Leaked it.
Twitter is just going off. It is not.
Holy shit. Spider-Man Lotus is so fucked up. You Uncle Ben got... And this is, like, not even scratching the surface. I mean, this
Yeah.
was
Jeez.
It's like
fucking wild.
The
So-
ones that you can show. Like,
Yeah. So I'm not entirely sure. I don't really want to like read the statements of the three guys that like, but I will say this. Oh man, they deleted a shit ton of stuff off there. So I just went to this guy's Twitter account to like find some of the images.
Oh
and
boy.
he's just fucking went through his Twitter and
Like,
deleted
cleaned
everything.
house, yeah.
And so then this is just the two statements that were left up. Oh man, I wanted to see the
Oh, do you have them up? do
production.
I-
Yeah. You
Oh,
can-
okay.
I wanted to see if the production stills were up, but look at this.
Which
This-
one is?
oh,
Who is
wow.
this? This is the director.
This is the
or-
director. Yeah,
Yeah.
GJK, or I think it's GJK Central is like his at,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, how does this make you feel?
Oh wait, did this just happen? Oh, okay. We have that.
Yeah, you're at-
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, wait, did someone really just tweet this? No. Yeah. So he said some pretty homophobic things, as you can tell.
Yeah.
as well.
And then Wayne was like, I was raised in the South and I didn't have access to technology. So
I mean-
I didn't know I was wrong.
yeah, I mean, listen.
What?
Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and defend a bunch of people I don't know, but at the very least, if they're making these comments when they're in their as teenagers, it's not okay. But also, nobody's the same person they
No.
were when they were a teenager.
I mean, the thing is, I don't have, I'm going to say sympathy for it because it's not like they did this in like 1995 where, you know, like, it's like,
yeah,
it's like,
they knew better.
that's
like,
the thing. I'm not saying it was right back then, but like, they were in like their amount of like visual like connectivity into the world like 7 years ago is substantial.
Yeah.
Like
they were in the South.
Yeah, no, I know.
They didn't have any technology.
But yeah,
there's nothing. It's a wasteland.
You got two racist actors, a racist director. All three of them are definitely homophobes.
They all walk into a bar.
Allegedly.
I mean,
by the way. So, all this shit comes out. There was all this. So now it's just kind of up in the air. Like, is the movie even going to come out? Because the one actress who plays Gwen, she came out and she said the same thing. That I'm appalled by the things I saw. However, that's not who they were when I worked with them.
Are we just waiting for her DMs now?
And
right.
and she fucking Jeff Sessions did it real quick. The one that played Mary Jane. She was like, "Yo, I'm out of here." They're like, I'm not entirely sure if she said anything nice. I could look it up on Twitter.
I mean, do you blame her though if she's like an aspiring actress?
No, I mean, like,
You're like, I'm not gonna have a black mark on my record.
But
like
she
that.
was like, I'm taking myself off of this project, like all of my credits and everything, and it was just kind of like she was removing. They were removing themselves from the project completely and being like, yeah, but you're already in it, like, and you signed the contract, like, it's his footage. So he still says he's gonna put it out because. Because that was like always the intention, regardless of the hiccup.
Right.
The other thing is that he has some sort of, he's got to have some sort of like distribution deal, and he's got the sponsors from the crowdfunding, so he has to put the movie out like legally. It's binding.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm sure there's the like all of his distribution deals are the contingent upon like you being a good person clause that they have in all of this, which
depends. I mean, the other thing was that like there was one thing I saw people complaining about was apparently, and this might have been one of the Photoshop ones, is that he called John Watts movies Garbo, and John Watts did all three of the new Spider-Man, and yeah, and even then like John Watts like DM'd him and told him his trailer looked good and everything. People were the most upset about that. I was like, you out of your mind? I was like, who cares? Like, there's filmmakers who are friends that think each other's movies are garbage. Like, there's musicians who are friends who think that they can't listen to each other's music. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I think it's a bit, pretentious to be like, I'm 19 and I think this guy's a piece of shit at directing. And
yeah, but if you can't say dumb shit like that, not racist and homophobic shit at 19. Then when can you say it?
No, for sure. You can be as, like cocky and whatever as you want. You can also let everybody criticize you for being an idiot.
Yeah,
I think you need to.
Yes.
That's the thing. If you're going to say it, you got to get put in your place.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm
John
saying.
Watts is garbage, then Twitter's going to come at you.
Well, Spider-Man Twitter's going to come at you.
Yeah.
Most of the world doesn't know who John Watts is. He's not like Scorsese or like Spielberg or
more famous director.
George Lucas.
Spielberger.
Who's the shell with
going,
shoes? What's his name?
I'll wait.
Marcel.
Shel Silverstein.
Shel Silverstein. Joel Schumacher. All right.
I just want to say one last thing about this. Why I watched the trailer for Lotus. Why did they make him so whispery the whole time? He's just whispering.
Well,
it's weird.
Okay, so I don't. His whole thing was Spider-Man is a serious edgelord character. You know what I mean? So
But he's not. He's funny and clippy.
Hey man, that's what I said, but nobody wanted to hear it. Remember, everybody loved Lotus a week ago. Everyone was like, "Can't wait for this," and now every person has abandoned it. Those things are out there. It was a wild situation to watch it play out because it's the last thing you'd expect. You know what I mean?
Is it?
Yes. That was I did not see any of that coming. I thought it would come out. I would watch it and be like, okay. I thought it'd be at least decent for like independent film.
And this is because they like scorned one of the actors, right?
Okay.
Or, like allegedly, that's where it came out.
The reason why the director's shit got leaked was, I'm pretty sure, and this is allegedly, because once again, this is all information that came from Twitter. There was a kid who had wanted to do his own Spider-Man project, and eventually, he was gonna first help the director make his, and it kind of turned into what it is now. It kind of grew into this Spider-Man Lotus thing, and he kind of like just forgot about him, and like I don't want to say he used him because how can you use a 9-year-old? But I'm just saying he might have just put him up on a pedestal and then he let him down and he never let that go and whatever. And like he's also 15, so maybe fucking ruining and aspiring.
Right. Yeah.
like
you were just an asshole to this person.
yeah,
basically,
exactly.
yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to, is that like they were just kids and somebody had a grudge. And it's fucking wild.
And
Like
it
I
ruined
said,
a lot of things.
yeah. And the last thing I want to just cap it off with is that they did release I don't know if they released or they leaked it, but they put out this fight scene from Spider-Man and the Green Goblin. I have to mute it because it uses Star Wars music as a placeholder,
Really?
as if to try to distract. As you see, there's no special effects.
Yeah.
It looks, like this is fan made off of 120 grand. It doesn't look awful. There's no color correcting yet, though.
Right. No, it
There's
looks
no
kinda
special
like
effects.
It's got like a Daredevil-y kind
Yeah.
of like combat shooting there. Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look awful.
No.
I thought that was a clever trick, is to bring the camera towards. I mean, they stole that from Sam Raimi, but yeah, see, it was copied off of somebody's phone, and
Right.
but yeah, so it didn't look awful, but turns out the people behind it are silly for legal reasons. They're silly.
God damn.
All right. So speaking of silly and depressing, Nick, you want to take the reins on this one?
The Supreme Court.
Shit.
Sorry. This was from my other podcast. Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's over, and I'm underwhelmed.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
So
Yeah.
straight up, I thought the first act, which is episode 1 and 2, was okay. I thought 3 and 4 was mid. And then I thought 5 and 6 was like genuinely good. I was like, where the fuck was this the whole time? Like,
I think I just couldn't get over feeling the whole time that it just didn't feel like Star Wars. A lot of the same feelings that I had during Rian Johnson's Star Wars, where it's like it feels like somebody who only kind of read the Wikipedia page of Star Wars, making it, and like only kind of hitting the beats. The dialogue just didn't feel right, and a lot of the stylization, especially, I know it's been talked to death, the lightsaber's intense glow it just didn't feel like it fit in the same universe as everything else.
I had a problem with the storytelling. I didn't know that. Like, it did feel like Star Wars out of place. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Where like I was seeing Vader and Obi-Wan, but it kind of felt like a surreal type of vibe, where it was like, I'm not sure if this is like canon or not.
It felt like a fan film.
Yeah.
That's I haven't watched any of it, just to clarify, but I was talking to Liz earlier, and she watched it, I guess, like shotgun it with you yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. And she had a good take on it. She was like, it feels like that. I mean, everything that comes to the theaters now for like their main, big productions is so impactful that they don't want to almost like do anything over here for the shows that make it like changing,
This is
life changing.
This is another series that could have been a movie.
Yeah,
For sure. And I
and it probably would have done better, right? Like,
oh yeah, for sure. I also think that this has confirmed my theory that Disney should stop making 6-episode shows.
I mean,
And they should just
how
make
many times
movies.
do they have to learn this lesson?
Like Obi?
how many
times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
6 episodes is not enough to tell a good enough story. It's like either make it a movie or make it a longer series. I think, like we said before, 10 to 12 episodes is the sweet spot.
Dude, they fucking, like, there is moments of greatness in this, and we're just gonna go full spoilers.
What would you say is the best moment?
Anything having to do with Vader.
I think the flashback sequences with Anakin
that was good
were
too.
the strongest.
I mean,
moments
he's
for
a 40-year-old, 22-year-old, but whatever.
They really tried to de-age him, but boy, he was still wrinkly.
They couldn't.
hey,
they
he's
couldn't,
out in the sun.
They couldn't
all the time.
They couldn't
This is-
de-age him enough though, because as soon as they use too much de-aging, then they get criticized for using too much de-aging. Whereas now the opposite has happened, where they didn't de-age them enough, so now they're being
I think
criticized
it's
for
like,
looking too funny.
you know how everybody talks shit on like CGI, as it's like it always looks bad, but when you do CGI right, the audience doesn't even know that it's there.
Yeah.
But they keep going to one extreme or the other, where it's like it's obvious because there's too much, or it's obvious because there's not enough. They haven't figured out where the sweet spot is.
Yeah, I liked seeing them on Coruscant though. That was nice. I wanted more of that, you know? Like, I get it was one flashback sequence, but, you know, a little bit more would have been peppered throughout, would have been fine.
Did you guys feel that it was, like, I guess I want to say, like, reminiscent enough of, like, classic Star Wars?
Fuck no.
No,
and you
Not
think,
at all.
do you think because of, like, the characters they were choosing, they were trying to do that and they just fucked it up?
No,
or?
I don't think they had any idea about that. I think they have, like, some, like, rules about, like, you know, there's got to be sand. There's always got to be sand. Everything's got to be gray and dark for no fucking reason. And
that last episode was so dark, I couldn't even tell what was going on.
I actually was like,
my TV. I saw more just glare from my room than what was going on on the TV.
I had the HDR on, and I got to see a little bit more. But even I was like, can we get a fucking light source, please? Like the moon or something. Yeah, I don't know. It just anything having to do with Vader was the best for me, and I'm just not into the story and characters. I think Reva's character is absolutely preposterous. I think she had a lot of potential, and they just wasted it.
Yeah. I didn't even understand what her goal was after, obviously, and again, we're doing spoilers, but her goal was to take down Vader from the inside. And in the last episode, she wants to kill Luke for what reason? Like, how does that get revenge? How does that make you feel better by killing an innocent child? And besides that, she and the other Inquisitor got stabbed through the gut, same as Qui-Gon Jinn, and they both survived.
Lived.
Yeah, I mean, it cauterizes the wound.
Well, how come Qui-Gon died, Mike?
You
He's
know,
not dead, Nick.
They just hit him in the wrong spot.
I want to see the movie that they're making for after this, because whatever adventure him and Spirit Qui-Gon are about to go on is going to be fucking lit.
Well, they're talking about, like season 2. Both Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen say they want to do a season 2, but I don't want any more. I don't want any more.
All right, so let me ask you a question, Nick. Strictly about the Vader stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about it in the 5th and 6th episode?
I liked Vader when he's on when he's on a ship commanding his subordinates. I thought it was great. When it's him and Obi-Wan, it was just okay. Like, if those, like, the 3rd and 4th episode when they have the fight and it's like just Obi-Wan running away, it was really lame. And in 5 and 6, it was a little bit better, but at that point, I had kind of just stopped caring.
Bro, I think they figured it out in this one, in the episodes 5 and 6.
How so? Explain yourself.
They figured out how to make Vader duel somebody and not make it look like a fucking mess. His duel against Reva is literally the best Vader duel ever. It's fucking unreal. Oh yeah, dude. First, she has a double lightsaber and he fights her with just the Force. Never picks up his lightsaber.
Oh, that's badass. Okay.
Then eventually he gets the lightsaber and breaks it in 2, and I was like, yo, are we about to see Vader use two single lightsabers?
Single double.
Like, that would be fucking sick. But instead he throws one to her and he like duels her like traditionally. And he wrecks her. And like, but it's like to the point where it's like she moves around him a lot. And the way they film it, he doesn't have to, because, he's big and clunky and awkward. But his moves are still fucking sick because he uses the Force for a lot of them.
Right.
Like, there's one where he straight up throws the lightsaber behind him and like blocks 2 of her attacks and like catches it in his hand. I was like, see, this is fucking thought out. Like, this is how Vader would fight. And then I
think you're right about that.
His
but
duel
also
against Kenobi. Oh my God.
Bad?
Amazing.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. Like, they actually built up. If they would have done this, if they would have done the whole master apprentice relationship a little bit more than rushing it in the last 3 episodes, right? And we got that duel, that would have sent me over the top. The only reason I had any
That would have popped.
the only reason I had any sort of interest or sympathy for it or empathy was because I'm familiar with these characters for like 20 years at this point. Whereas like if I was just watching this show dry, it wouldn't have made that much sense. But the dialogue that happens with their lightsabers and then like he raises it up to his like it's unreal. It's like between Obi-Wan and Vader.
Well, I mean,
and like you hear the moment Obi-Wan cuts him off.
Yeah.
Like it just starts calling him Darth. I was just like, fucking genius. It's all like all of this right here is genius. This is great Star Wars. Everything else besides for those moments in 5 and 6, awful.
Well, I mean, like
not good.
This is definitely made for like. I don't think anybody's going into this more like dry. Like if you're gonna watch the
not
Obi-Wan
at all.
one, like,
yeah, I
so-
mean, yeah, and like that moment hits, but it hits because it has so much history. But the imagery too,
right?
Of the duel itself, because once again, somebody cuts open Vader's fucking mask, and you see inside of it, and they have a mix of James Earl Jones, Hayden Christensen's voice, saying like, "I'm not your greatest failure. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker," and he says, "I did," and raises his lightsaber, so it's like this big red glow. It was just nicely done.
Right.
And they didn't play up that relationship enough, though, to really send it home. You know what I mean? The only reason it went anywhere is because we're familiar with all the characters. That's my point. Why, Nick? What do you think?
That's part of the reason why it didn't really do much for me was because I was so caught up in how much the show just didn't give a shit about everything else around it. You know, it was just kind of doing its own thing and kind of breaking the rules and everything that was established from the prequels and the sequels, where I just had kind of disengaged at that point. But now hearing you describe the fight, I'm like, yeah, that was a good fight. Why didn't it matter to me? It's just like
because it had no time to breathe.
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
You've never. That's a good angle to explore how Obi-Wan and Anakin, like what their relationship is now that they're in this place, and they barely they just touched it a little bit. And like ultimately the other problem I have is it's prequelitis, bro. Every single thing that was gonna happen, I was just like, yeah, but it doesn't matter because Darth Vader is definitely not dying here. I go, yeah, but it doesn't matter because Obi-Wan's still gotta train Luke.
Now,
like,
is this too nitpicky? For me, I kept thinking about the line in A New Hope when Darth Vader says, "The last time I saw you,
think about that all the time.
You were the master and I was the apprentice."
They retcon. That was an awesome line that they have just retconned the shit out of.
And I don't want to feel like I'm nitpicking, but I kind of wish that they never had an encounter.
The whole third act,
I would have loved for this to just be Obi-Wan having a soul-searching adventure. And yeah, it wouldn't be action-packed, but it would be like an emotional journey for him.
Yeah, like you'd feel Vader's presence, but it's not like they...
But like the loom and danger.
Right. And I mean, like, they just retcon that line, and I think about that all the time because that line is literally what sets up the third act of fucking Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
You know? So... And that was a bit. I remember at the time watching it, I was like, "Oh shit, this is it! Like that technically is Darth Vader. Like, oh fuck, like,
yeah, oh god,
oh fuck, oh god, oh jeez." But yeah, other than 5 and 6, just watch clips of this on YouTube.
So this
did the lightsaber thing bother you like it bothered me? They didn't look like Star Wars lightsabers. They looked like a fan film lightsaber.
I didn't think there was any problem with the lightsabers.
So for me, because like they're using, they have like an actual light source in the lightsaber now, so they have to accommodate for that rather than it just being like a rod.
Yeah.
So that, and it's like they oversaturated the glow. I kind of like the idea of it giving off actual ambient light.
Well, I think
everything was just like deep saturated red and blue the whole time. And if you look at any of the previous films, even the ones that do implement a glow around it, it's just a light splash of color, not just everything being soaked in it.
There's criticism
think,
online in support of what you're saying, Nick.
I think of
That's why I don't want to be just like that guy parroting
think
all
of,
these other takes, but it bothered me.
I think of what's that movie? Attack of the Clones. Good Will Hunting. When they have the lightsaber battle. No, in Attack of the Clones, when they have the lightsaber battle, there is a part where the lights go out, and Dooku and I think it's Anakin are swinging above their heads, and you see all of the glow upon their face, and that's what it made me think of. I don't know. That didn't really bother me too much. I kind of like it. It looked cool.
It says it like
if they toned it down like 50%.
Yeah, it says
I'd
it
be
comes
okay with
from
that.
like what you said, Nick, where it's like they're using actual light sources in them.
Yeah.
And because they're like LEDs and how human eyes visually like interact with LED lights, it kind of fucked up the footage, and then like the darkness of the footage kind of like they couldn't like fix a lot of it in post.
Makes sense.
But it is an 83 on the tomato meter and a 63 on audience score. Do you guys
That makes sense.
Do you guys agree?
Sounds-
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
I'd
can't
give
believe
it
the- I
like
can't
a
believe the
60, but
critic-
around there.
I can't believe the critics like this though. Are they like, yeah, it's a limited series, so it's this is what you should expect. But it's just like I'm tired of.
You're tired of limited
I'm
series.
tired
like-
of mediocrity. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yo, speaking of tired of limited series, I think The Boys finale is next week. Is it this week?
It's not, or this coming week.
Yeah,
I think so. It's got one or two maybe.
All right. Either way, though, I'm about to shotgun that because whenever that ends,
It's been good so far.
yeah.
How long are the episodes?
40
40
to an
minutes? I
hour?
think. Yeah, 40 to 50.
I haven't seen any episodes, and it's something that I've always been meaning to get around to.
it's-
So.
Same.
It's heavy. Like it is like very gory.
Dude,
like,
the
but,
first
like-
episodes is one of the
Yeah.
best first episodes of television ever produced.
But like very dark, heavy content. So if you're going to intend to like shotgun it from the beginning, just prepare to be like very fatigued from it.
Yeah, I remember watching the first episode when people were like, "This show's amazing, this show's amazing." I put it on. I was like, this show's okay. And then that last 10 minutes happens, and you're like, "Oh man, I need to see how this ends."
Yeah.
Like,
It's gonna be good.
yeah. All right, but either way though, Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'd give this like a fucking. I'm gonna give it like a 3 out of 10.
Wow.
My God.
Yeah, I'd probably come in around there. Because it's like, it's just so, like, it took the energy out of me. And
It's
it's like,
just-
I was looking at my phone throughout the whole thing.
It's just so frustrating because there is nuggets of good in there, and
Right.
like if they just mined it a little bit longer, they would have had a whole golden armor suit. For
Yep. Keep going.
You know what I kept thinking about? The whenever Leia's little droid came up, I just like, when you see R2D2 and C3PO, it feels like a part of the universe that, yeah, you can make a toy out of that, but it felt like it had a purpose. Leia's little droid, it feels like the only reason it's a part of this is just to be a toy.
Lola,
Lola.
Oh well, yeah, probably. Like,
It's a handheld droid.
well, yeah, they saw what BB-8 did. So
Also-
like,
Yeah.
what
But
was
BB-8 felt like a piece of the universe.
I know, but you
Lola
see-
feels like a toy. There, it's like, give it, like, here, play with this toy on screen so kids will want to buy it.
welcome to capitalism.
I like how
Yeah.
Obi-Wan gives Leia a holster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just started blasting.
So I just started blasting.
Dude, how about the line in that last episode when, all right, so they're
Hello
in,
there.
like, the transport ship, and Leia's playing, you know, with like, other people on the ship who were scared, and she's, like, letting them play with Lola, and then, like, she sees Obi-Wan, walks over to him, and she's like, they were scared, so, you know, like, and explains, I was giving my, like, no child, you know, it's like, walks over, and it's like, I'm going to explain myself, you know, because I can tell by this man's look, he needs me to explain what I'm doing right now.
No, it's the Force connection that she knows, Nick.
Oh, yeah. And then, Pat, did you think it was awkward when that last scene, Obi-Wan shows up on the moisture farm, and Joel Edgerton's like, you want to meet him? So Obi-Wan walks
Hello
over
there.
to Luke. And Luke just, like, stands up, like, and waits for him to approach, and doesn't say a word, just stands there and waits to receive Obi-Wan.
And Obi-Wan says,
Hello,
Hello
there.
there.
Hello there.
I looked up a video of someone put all three of them together, and then after all three of them play individually, they all play together.
Yeah.
I forgot Alec Guinness said it too.
He's like taking off the hood.
Yeah. Is there anything else I want to mention about Obi-Wan? The only other thing I would say is I just agree with you, Nick, that I would have preferred this be like a movie. Imagine like a mummy movie, but it's Obi-Wan, you know? Not Tom Cruise mummy, like Brendan Fraser.
I want to have like the
Jedi mummies.
The Jedi Order is a religious cult, right? And he has disconnected himself from his faith. I want to see a movie where it's Obi-Wan rediscovering his faith. You know what I mean? That would have been the story. And it did touch on that, but it was just not focused on that. It was just a part of it. Like, we need action, and then you can kind of sprinkle in that story in there.
Kind of like The Last Jedi?
Yeah, I guess.
Huh.
Maybe. No.
Sounds like you already got that movie.
But it wasn't good, though.
You want that, but a better version. Of it.
I want this again, but a better version.
Try it again.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
More cheese.
And I also thought that
Less macaroni.
Kumail was
Less
like
macaroni.
totally wasted.
Who?
Kumail Nanjiani.
Oh,
Oh,
who did
yeah.
he play?
I forgot he was in this. He played a fake Jedi.
Oh, fun. Okay.
What's his name, Nick? Alpine?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, he did have a weird name. What the fuck was it?
And then the Imperial officer. I'm glad they killed her.
Oh, she was like the one who was actually part of the Rebel Alliance.
Yeah.
I liked her. I actually thought she was one of the best characters in the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing
thought
else to
you-
say, though. I just got nothing. I got nothing
it
for you.
just
Just
right
fuck.
back up
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Fuck you, Disney.
Nick,
Sons of bitches.
did you give your rating on it out of 10?
I think I'd be come in somewhere around Pat 3 or 4, somewhere in there.
God, it is like Disney does
So
not
disappointing.
fucking know how to do these series.
Yeah, for some reason they really stumble on TV.
Like every week that we talk about a Disney show, it is like,
Dude, this sucks.
you know, like the best of the best was like, yeah, it was a 5. Like I didn't hate it.
WandaVision. Everyone's like, it's awesome. And now I want to go back and rewatch it and be like, was it awesome? Or was it just the first one?
Also, I rewatched WandaVision probably a couple months ago or whatever, prior to like Doctor Strange, and I was like, this could have been a movie. This could have been a 2-hour movie. Like it's the same.
Could have been a
shit.
Scarlet Witch movie.
And I was like, the whole end with the other witch and everything. I was
feel
like, she's a shit villain.
I feel like
it's-
they had a good idea with the whole, like, every episode mimics a different kind of sitcom. I like that idea. But we still got to tell it. I mean, I even like the story. Yes, maybe I do like WandaVision. Just that last episode that's kind of lame.
I mean, like the final like fight and everything.
And her
with-
whole justification sucks.
Yeah.
But either way, we're getting off topic.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
do better, Disney.
Yeah,
is
do
what it
better
is.
at Disney is where we're at.
DBD.
So,
Just start making longer series and writing better stories.
Just making
but
fucking movies.
start with making them longer, and they have a point to the fact that they're a TV show.
make my space wizards real.
I don't think that's outrageous to ask.
Yeah, I don't think that's too much to ask.
They owe me this.
What don't you fucking understand?
Perfect.
I'm gonna
All right.
go with the drop.
So, moving on to the main topic for for today's show, the one, the only, Laz Berman's Elvis Presley.
Laz Berman.
That's his name.
Baz Luhrmann.
There we go.
I thought you were joking.
I thought you were joking too.
Laszlo Berman.
Yeah, you know, his bizarro director friend. Oh boy. But Baz Luhrmann's Elvis.
I said his name the whole way to the theater, and Liz was like, "What is that?" And then it didn't say his name in the opening credits, but I got her on the end.
Yes, it does.
It just says Elvis Presley.
It says Baz Luhrmann on like there's like a big like poker chippy kind of thing.
I did not see
yeah,
that.
it's in between one of the 15 like welcome to Las Vegas
Oh,
shots.
okay. So we'll do non-spoilers first.
Again.
I'm gonna exit the chat just because I do intend to see this movie and I don't want to hear about it. So Peace.
Bye,
Okay,
Nick.
bye, Nick.
Thank you. Are we gonna get him back for?
I don't know. I didn't
see.
talk about that. I thought about.
We'll see.
It's been on my mind, but like, just cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Um,
So, Baz Luhrmann, are y'all familiar with?
Laz
like-
Berman.
I guess not.
He made Moulin Rouge.
Yeah, I
Which
know
is-
that.
I've never seen. He made Great Gatsby, which is an awful film. Don't watch it.
Really?
Oh, it sucks so bad.
I didn't hate it. His other like very, I want to say like cult famous one is the Romeo and Juliet with Leo DiCaprio,
Oh yeah.
which
yeah.
has the like the motif of that Radiohead song throughout the whole thing, which is cool. I saw this in high school and I was like, fuck yeah, that's an awesome movie.
I saw it in high school too, and I remember there's a nude scene in it. And they had, and well,
Oh, they fast forwarded through
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's what I'm getting to. Is that like they didn't just leave it on, but
They're like, well. Yeah, it's
we also watched Schindler's List too.
we did that. We watched American History X in high school.
Why?
It was because it was I went to like an art high school, so we watched like history through film, I think was the class. So we got to
okay.
watch a lot of it's like, yeah, we watched Schindler's List and then we watched American History X and I was just like, holy fuck.
All right. Do you think they'll ever make you watch the Elvis movie?
But yeah, for when I go back to high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Laz Berman. Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann.
Well, okay,
So-
so a couple things I want to say right off the bat. This was not the movie I was expecting when I saw it. I was expecting a movie from Elvis's perspective himself. And I feel like it's non-spoiler. It's actually like a PSA to be like, hey, the Elvis movie is really good, but it's from this perspective of his manager.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting, and I had the same kind of like reaction.
Yeah.
Literally the first 2 minutes of the movie, you get the plot device setting up that it's Tom Parker or Colonel Tom Parker, which is his manager, played by Tom Hanks. He's dying because he's, an old fuck, and it's whenever. I don't know when he died. It doesn't matter. He's an asshole.
He stole half of Elvis's money.
More than that, and
Yeah.
probably embezzled, and he's an asshole, and we figure that all through the movie. But you learn that he's being like pulled to the hospital because he's old and he's dying, and this is kind of like his vision of his life happening.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a recontextualization through his eyes of the past, where
Right.
he's the narrator.
Right, and it's got this fever dream like quality to it because really it's like his DMT
Yeah, I was
trip before he
about to
dies.
say he's dumping all his DMT.
Yeah, he's shitting his pants for one last time. He's on the way out, and goddamn it, does that ICU smell?
Oh.
Anyway,
Jess, what did you think it was gonna? Did you have a similar kind of take?
Yeah, like first of all, I didn't really know about Tom Parker, like who he was and his relationship with
Me
him.
neither.
So then I really didn't think that it was going to be from his perspective because that kind of doesn't really seem genuine. But I mean, I didn't hate it overall. It was definitely interesting, but not what I was expecting. But I think that's the Baz Luhrmann charm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, looking at it as it was unfolding, I was like, if anybody else probably did this, I would be a little more mad. But I was like, this is kind of what to expect from a Laz Berman movie.
yo, there was not
Ozzy
as much
B.
drug usage as I thought there was gonna be.
do you want to get into the criticisms first and then the good stuff, or what do you?
It's one of those things where it's like I walked in wanting to see an Elvis biopic, and I got that. It's just got a super signature style and a way of telling its own story, and like it's not like it's not your typical biopic where it's like you watch them rise to the heights of their career and then just crash all the way down because like MC Hammer, like too much money
Yeah.
or like too much coke or like
Elvis famously,
like Elvis
like had a decline.
Elvis was famous at like what's 17, 18 or whatever
early on, yeah,
early on, and he was
for
just
like 39,
for like
yeah.
fucking years, and then just fucking tanked. And like he didn't tank where like he was still incredible by the time he died. Like he was still an amazing singer. But like he was so strung out on drugs and like so
Fat as shit,
taken
like, so
advantage,
unhealthy, like
taken advantage of by his handlers. You know what I mean? Like, so that like you didn't really need to see that story. It was more like highlights. The one thing that I am critical of the movie over is they just kind of gloss over the Priscilla stuff. And if as a joke, but seriously, I was wondering how they were going to handle that. Because Elvis is just one of the many like rich and famous people that, you know, we glorify in our society that is also a rampant pedophile. Like,
Yeah, well,
you know,
the whole
like, I don't think that's a hot take in 2022.
I think from the whole perspective of the film, like obviously Elvis's estate had to approve this and they endorsed it and everything.
Oh yeah.
So
Priscilla herself said it's the best. It's the best one they've ever done.
So you do get the like neutering of Elvis in a lot of different ways. Like it does not go into like his sex addictions, his drug addictions, like addictions to food, all of that kind of thing. You get, and I think they do that craftily by doing it through Tom Parker's visualization. Because I wouldn't call it like a biopic. It's literally just a musical told by him as a narrator.
Yo, the musical aspect of this, I thought actually was kind of a disappointment.
Really?
Yeah. And maybe that's because like I have a different. Well, I wasn't going into this being like, dude, this shit's gonna be sung the whole way through and it's gonna be awesome. I went in expecting to at least hear some signature Elvis tunes at times of his career, right? And like the first scene we're ramping up to that, where I like the opening where they kind of hold back showing his face until he's on stage and making all ladies go wild. I like that one. The second one where it's like, okay, now they're on TV. Like, what are they gonna play? And then it just cuts and like to whatever it's like, no, I wanted to see that show. Like I wanted to see that performance. You know, I wanted to be in that moment with them. You know, I was into it though. That's my biggest disappointment is what I didn't get. The stuff that we do get is really fucking good though.
That's a good point.
You know,
like for a lot of the film score itself actually is really interesting because you have a lot of Elvis songs that are either like remixed, rearranged, or you have like some hip hop, you have like some kind of like trap-ish kind of like beats in there. Like, is that a Nicki Minaj song that happens at one time or something?
Oh yeah, and I mean like that was they did that shit in Great
where you had like Great
Mr.
Gatsby.
Berman put that in his put that in Great Gatsby, and I remember there was one part that movie takes place in like 1925 or some shit. Back in
the like rum running days.
Yeah, when Spiderman Lotus would have been a hit.
Yes.
So I forgot what I was gonna say. There was a scene where Leonardo DiCaprio is looking out of a window and he hears the party outside and it's playing music from 2014.
Yeah, so
you know?
there's gonna be a bit of like anachronism in that way that I think people like. If my parents went to go see this movie, they would have problems with the like remixes and not necessarily like the modernized music, but like what you said, where we're not getting the straight Elvis songs in the way that you expected them to hold anchor points to the film. Yeah. So I thought it worked.
There was one bit where they did that though, and that was his protest song. Mm-hmm. You know, Here Comes Santa Claus.
Famous protest
song, Here Comes Santa Claus.
They are going to play.
I looked up the real video of that, and they did that really well. And Austin Butler's voice, you know, he trained for a while, for I think almost a year before they started shooting to get his voice, like just speaking voice, also like to sound like Elvis. And like I've listened to some of Elvis's music since watching the movie, and dude, that guy's voice was literally one of a kind.
Yeah, he like. I mean, yeah. And I think, okay, so with that, I did not get the emotional appeal or the emotional like pull of the Elvis music and performances. I think all of like the movie focused too much. And I know this will be a little bit weird, but it's like it focused a lot on the physicality of his performance because that was the big thing for Elvis. But I think it, you know, was incorrectly balanced. Like you have a lot of Elvis music, his actual like vocal talent, his like all of the musicality of it rather than the performance, that it didn't give me that like, aside from the last thing, the very end where it showed the clip where it like splits between Austin Butler and actually Elvis at his final performance, like that was the only one where I was like, oh yeah, there's the weight.
The one thing that I did find to be interesting, because I don't really know too much about this, was Elvis Presley's life in Hollywood. And I like how there's no way Elvis just lived on the lot in a trailer. You know what I mean? Like, but like once again, that's this guy's interpretation of it. You know what I mean? That's how he's seeing it go on.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess like how many movies did he have? He had a bunch of Hollywood movies.
Yeah, he had a ton.
And he originally had like really good movies and groundbreaking movies, and then eventually they just started putting him in anything, right?
That's what they talked about. They were like, we are gonna do shit. That's pretty much like throughout. You can see like the Colonel's like impressions and influence in all of this, where it's like Elvis wants to be the next James Dean.
Yeah.
This is Elvis's dream. He has this. They make it happen once really well, and then the Colonel is like, how can I exploit this? And you just see that like repeated throughout Elvis's career.
Yeah.
So, he's making a bunch of shit movies no one cares about. He's doing a Christmas special for a sewing company, to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So
instead he did the protest song. But yeah, I mean, stylistically, I think was the thing you can criticize the most. But also, I've never seen a movie told like this, like well. Like I know Great Gatsby had these qualities to it too. However,
this was like over the top. With
yeah,
that
turn
kind
it
of
up
thing.
to 11.
It was because of it being his fever dream. And, the whole thing about the Colonel is, which is fucking hysterical, is that, like, all of these snow jobs that he's doing, they just say that, like, 50 times.
It used to be my word.
Snow job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what a snow job is, right?
Now I know what a snow
Yeah,
job is.
exactly.
If you got to ask,
Snowman keeps snowing. Like,
Snowman does it again. But
can you do the accent for Tom Hanks?
no, I don't think I will.
What was that accent?
He was from Holland.
He was so
from Holland.
He said
Weird.
He's so repulsive too. The prosthetics he's in, like he looks like
He looks like the Penguin.
Fahrenheit 9/11. What's his name?
Fahrenheit 451.
No.
Oh.
The guy, Michael Moore. He looks like Michael Moore.
I thought he looked like the Penguin because they had the prosthetic for his nose where it just kind of like slumped down.
Yeah, and then whenever there was like a profile of him, that honker was really it entered the room before he did.
Big old gizzard of a neck kind of going on. Yeah, he does. There's a lot of
Michael Moore. There's
a lot of overlap with Michael Moore.
I saw him on Real Time, and since his chin becomes his neck, his makeup line stopped right here.
Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah.
It's like no one blended it down enough.
Yeah.
I did like seeing the kind of going back, like, there's a lot of weird use for how the story was told. Like there were things where it was like, when he was in Hollywood doing the movies, it was like the beginning of a show or the beginning of a movie. It was like starring this and him, like the way that it was creatively using the storytelling.
Yeah.
I think helped keep the movie really engaging.
Yeah.
Because you get the differences between like 40 to 1970.
Yeah.
Around that. You get different stylistic choices throughout all of that, and it's chopped up in a way that makes it like it's a long movie.
Yeah.
It's almost 3 hours long, and I think the way that it's done in that really helps kind of continually move it along, and it doesn't feel like you've just segmented portions of his life. It helps it flow really well. Kind of like, through time in that way.
How do you feel it paid tribute to his influences?
That's a good question. I don't think it touched that. Like,
well, it kind of did.
Sorry,
like
from his influence,
yeah.
like not how he influenced.
Yeah. Not how he influenced pop culture, but I mean,
I did like, like you had B.B. King, you had Little Richard, you had a couple of like those other famous, old school R&B kind of, like
also like
megastars.
the churches that he was in as a kid, and like that helped him like move out of what.
I liked in the beginning when like his friend goes to pull him out of the church, and he's like he's got the spirit in him now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I thought those scenes were good, and those were real musicians and real singers, and they all sounded really fucking good.
Gary Clark Jr. was the dude that he's like peering through.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's Gary Clark Jr.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I know Gary Clark Jr. was in it, and I think that's him because he has a high-ass voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the musical performances were great. Like the acting, the singing, like how he sounds that much like Elvis is very wild to me.
Yeah, the later stuff isn't him though. That's Elvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the early stuff though, that's Austin Butler.
It sounds great. Like you can definitely tell too, like when he's doing the original recording of whatever that singer's song is, like the first time he's recording it, son, and his voice is high as shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's Austin Butler. Like,
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
singing that.
So yeah, overall, I think this is a great biopic. I think if you want to definitely check it out, it's not like hilariously funny, but there is fun moments in it. It's not like super dramatic, but there is quite a lot of drama, and it doesn't feel slow, but it's definitely 2.5 hours for sure. There's a lot in there that they cover.
It's done in a way, and it's gonna like tell me if you got this. I felt like a lot of the movie is done like a trailer for the movie.
Yes.
Like it feels like that.
That's the pace we're talking about.
Yeah.
I've heard you could have trimmed 20 minutes out of this movie.
You could have definitely taken some shit off. And there were elements of the movie where I felt like you were kind of dumb, or like it didn't need to be. Like when he's, getting high in his hotel room and just shooting out the TVs and everything. I know that's to show like his decline and like his, mental state.
Yeah.
But it's like you only want to touch on that a little bit, and you want to like do a whole thing with that. It's just like all of that is weird. You get the whole visualization of Elvis almost as like, because it's from the Colonel's view, but you get it in a way that is kind of cheap. I feel like. I think you're right. And at the end of the day, my only criticism would have been more sex, more drugs, more rock and roll, more Priscilla. Like those are the things I wanted to see. More rawness about it as opposed to, the Colonel showing the, the snow job about it.
Like he only had one girl in his bed one time. Get the fuck out of here, dude. And then they a couple times he was hinted at doing drugs, and it's just like, no, dude, Elvis used to fucking house drugs. Okay.
Yeah,
he was the guy who did drugs for a long time. Like, I wanted to see more performances, but I wanted to see how they changed, like what it was playing on the radio and what was this, and like, because Elvis had a big cultural movement. He was making those women feel something they had never felt before.
That they were guilty for feeling.
That they were guilty for feeling.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want to see more of that. Like that, those bigger on those, but this was more along lines of like the business and how this guy fucked over his career.
It was, I still think it was done with too much of a, like happy lens.
Yeah.
And I mean, like it's fine. It's you get it from the whole, like the whole thing is him justifying that he didn't kill Elvis, basically. It's the whole point of the film is him being like, I didn't kill Elvis. It was love that killed Elvis.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you took all of his money and you had a doctor fucking pump him full of morphine to sleep on a plane for,
Yeah.
You killed Elvis.
You were drugging him like a fucking track horse. Okay. Like
ketamine.
uppers, downers.
Yeah, but I think that's such a weird
Elvis
lens.
could barely stand.
Get him in a bucket of water and he goes on that stage
The most
tonight.
important thing is that man performs on that stage tonight.
That's pretty good.
But I do, like I said, I loved when he was talking about I saw Elvis one more time. Was his final performance, and he could barely stand. I want to be like, because of you.
That's what, like, and I do love at the very end, though it kind of gives him his comeuppance. Like, Elvis, well, yeah, you want to talk about that where they're just like, Elvis died. Like,
oh, yeah, the plane flies away. Like, they beg, because at that time he was like 38, 39.
He was 40.
No. He was 42 when he died. But when they're asking him to go to rehab, he's in his late 30s.
Yeah, he's like close to 40.
Yeah. And they said, please come on, like, you're going to die if you keep doing this. And he was like, nope.
Yeah. He's passing off his kid between him and Priscilla.
Yeah.
And he gets in the plane and, waves to everybody and
Lisa
flies
Marie.
away. Yeah. And then it just does a grease where everybody flies up.
Oh my God.
That's way.
And then a paper comes up.
Paper.
Newspaper.
Elvis dies at 42. I was like, wait a goddamn minute. I'm not going to see Elvis die on the shitter. What did I come here for?
I'm not seeing him eat the 12-inch, like, triple bologna bacon peanut butter jelly sandwich that was like 10,000 calories. Do you know he like did that?
Wait, what?
Oh, here I'll pull it up, but I don't know if I like in his ending days he was eating something like upwards of 10,000 calories a day. That's why he just like, that's why his heart gave out when he was taking a shit, because his cholesterol just, shot through the roof.
Is there pictures of it?
I don't know if there's pictures of it, but final meal calories or something like that. Here. So a basic element of Elvis's daily food intake was a 30-centimeter long bread roll stuffed with bacon, peanut butter, and strawberry jam. Each one had, this is also from abc.net.au,
I'm
so
seeing
I don't know.
I'm seeing it.
Each
right
one
now.
had 42,000 calories, and he ate 2 of them a day. I don't think that could be right.
Well, I'm seeing right now
42,000.
Elvis Presley's lethal 12,000 calories
I'm
a
seeing
day
that.
diet. His waistline tripled in 5 years, and I'm seeing a picture of him left and right at the beginning and the end of his career, and Elvis looks like an old Karen. He's
got like a meatloaf vibe about him.
Like, look at this.
Priscilla, give me the sandwich.
Help! I'm being threatened by a bird watcher. Can you please send the police? And then this looks like a guy who fucks. Okay.
You are not wrong though.
Okay, this lady thing gets fucked. This guy does the fucking. Okay.
I'm
no
so
doubt
glad.
in my mind.
Oh, if you scroll down, someone's got like a recreation of the sandwich she ate.
Oh yeah, here it is. Look at this shit. Imagine
Whoa.
this big fat fuck right in
2
your
of
face.
those a day.
Yeah.
That's
So it's peanut butter. What else?
Peanut butter, jelly, bacon. Like,
What?
God.
Does that even taste
A
good? We should try the
PBJ.
Elvis sandwich.
you want to, we could make an
We
Elvis.
could definitely make an Elvis
a
sandwich.
PBBJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one says it's probably more accurate. These are the dishes he ate as part of his lethal 10 to 12,000 calorie a day diet.
Fried peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Have you ever had one of these?
No.
They're
Banana.
fucking delicious.
And he would just eat these?
They're great. They're not too bad. Like if you just like,
If I had Elvis money for a personal chef, I would just have him make me just healthy ass fulfilling meals.
the sandwiches are really good. Like if you take like peanut butter and like banana and you just kind of like toast it up on the
Elvis's
stove.
sandwiches, man, they're fucking great.
10 out of 10.
So listen, from Elvis's kitchen, meatloaf, 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 cup of
this is
onion,
pretty.
1
This
cup
is
of
pretty standard.
bell
for meatloaf.
pepper. But still, this is just for him.
No, that just is a meatloaf recipe for him. Like,
The ultimate meatloaf lover.
From Elvis's kitchen.
And meat were
He was not
Presley's favorite.
cooking.
By all accounts, every meal he ate was either some sort of meat, whether it be roasted beef, ham steaks, boneless chicken, hamburger steaks, meatloaf, and of
Wait,
course,
on.
Presley loved everything that had to do with bacon.
scroll down. Read right underneath the picture.
Elvis's party meatballs was the name of meatballs he wrapped in bacon. Another one of his favorite sandwiches was burnt bacon crumpled on top of mayonnaise, canned black
fuck
olives, and
that.
chopped pecans between white bread with its crust. Yo, honestly,
That's disgusting.
honestly, why didn't we get Fat Elvis in this movie?
I
Now
think
that I'm thinking about
we,
it.
we got like slightly heavy Elvis.
Yeah.
A
right
little
at the
bit
end.
like at the end, but I also love that it
no,
was
but
like,
that wasn't Austin
no,
Butler. That's
they,
actually
they
Elvis.
had him. They had him, and then they switched to
Yeah.
the Elvis shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the
gotta
car,
watch it again.
in the car when he's like passing off his daughter,
Uh-huh.
and it was like, all the news headlines were like, Elvis is, hating his expanding waistline and da da da.
my God.
And I was like, he's
That
still
hurt
like
me.
10 fucking pounds in that shot. Like he's
That was like the first time that you see him wearing a sweatsuit, though, which is like the
Yeah.
first step into your decline. Your juicy velour sweatsuit.
A typical Elvis.
getting on the plane where you see his ass and it just is juicy.
A typical Elvis
Yeah.
morning snack was 4 scoops of ice cream with 6 chocolate chip cookies. On top of that, he would eat coconut cake made by his fellow
Following his mother's recipe.
beloved mother's recipe every night.
Made by
And
a
during the
fellow.
time, Presley would
Had to
sip
be
on
made
his
by
favorite
somebody.
sodas: Pepsi Cola, Orange,
Mrs.
Shasta
Nesbitt.
Black Cherry, which he stocked the fridge at all times. He also liked ice cream sandwiches, which of course, bacon, sour cream pound cake, lemon, how do you say that? Meringue, pie, and fried pickles.
I got you, bud.
Jesus,
Yeah, so,
did
like-
he not know anything about nutrition? Or
Fuck
was he just
no.
like, fuck it, dude, I'm a rock star?
Yeah, I mean, he just was doing a bunch of, drugs, so he was just detached and he was filling his void with eating.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's
It's really sad.
it is sad. Yeah, he was only, I didn't realize he was only 42.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my head he was a lot older,
Dude,
probably because he
Priscilla
looked like
and-
hell.
Priscilla and the daughter are still alive.
Oh yeah.
Priscilla's 53.
I found out
Yeah, because
that
there was like a 10-year age difference between them or whatever.
Priscilla, so Lisa Marie's daughter
Priscilla.
is Riley Keough, whatever. How do you say her last name? She's like an actress.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's Keo.
Oh yeah, she was in Zola.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Priscilla's granddaughter. I didn't know that.
The scariest and most dangerous weight loss program Presley was ever put on was Sleeping Beauty diet. When you
sleep
sleep,
and
you
don't
don't eat. So Elvis took sedatives to sleep for hours on end. He even pushed it so far when a doctor put him medically induced coma. Needless to say, the diet didn't help with Presley's problems.
Okay, so there's why, like it's again because it's just like a doctor is like, you know what we should do to get you thin? Put you in a fucking coma.
Elvis never did lose the weight, and the last thing Mary Jenkins made for him was a cheeseburger. Who the hell's Mary Jenkins?
I don't know.
In less than 5 months, Elvis Presley would be celebrated. Oh, in less than 5 months, Elvis Presley would have been an 87th birthday.
Wow.
Wow.
Damn, yo, Elvis had a crazy diet.
Mary Jenkins Langston was a cook for Elvis Presley.
Oh, she did this.
So yeah, I mean, well, Elvis is just like,
Elvis, you sure you don't want a vegetable?
what do you think was in that Danish? Was it bacon?
I'm good.
Is peanut butter a vegetable?
It's peanut butter. There's peanuts in it.
Is butter a carb?
Is butter a carb?
Okay. So yeah, what would you give it? 1 out of 10. I give it like 7.5.
For how it is, that's not a 4. I'd give it like an 8. I think I don't think people who are like Elvis, longtime stans are gonna like the movie because it's not straight Elvis music and it's not just like Elvis glorification in that kind of way, which I think a lot of people wanted. There were people crying in my theater. Did you have that? Did you?
No, dude, just some motherfuckers love Elvis.
Yeah, I was like walking out and like, cause there's no, I don't think there's a post credit scene. Google is there.
I wasn't gonna
Sequel.
stay to watch one.
Yeah,
Elvis
so
doesn't need a post credit scene.
yeah, I'm getting up and walking out and I just see these like people just like in the back, like.
Dude, it was a time in their lives. Yo.
I respect that.
It was a time
but-
in their lives. They were fucked up. They were young, and they were watching one of the greatest entertainers of all time.
Hey,
And now they got kids who have grown up and left the house. They bought them this A-lister shit to see the fucking Elvis movie. And now they're just reminded that their life has been a waste.
I did not think that deeply into this, seeing them cry, but sure.
What about you?
I
What would
mean,
you say?
I'll be honest, like I cheered up at the end. I'm human. Like I'm not even like a huge Elvis fan, and it still affected me just because you could tell from the movie like how much he would put into his performances, and like he really gave his all, and like I get emotional when I see that, like performers that like really put everything
don't hold
into
back.
it, and like just knowing how much of an icon he was, and like how sad it was that we lost him so soon, and just wondering like how music might be different today if he was around longer. And I mean, I thought it was a good movie. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't what I was expecting, like I said, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good way to tell the story, even though it wasn't like we really like we were saying, we really didn't see a lot of his downfall. It was kind of like rise, and then like immediately downfall.
Normally
like
it's up the first half of the movie, and then it's down the second half.
like shit hit the fan real quick.
Like I was
you get a bit
expecting
of
like
that.
you ever see Blow with Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
I was expecting that where it's a rise, fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was not. But either way, yeah, it was good though. If you're interested, I'd check this out for sure. If you're a big Elvis stan,
Even if you're
it
not,
might be the best one you get. So.
It's a fun movie, and it definitely made me want to like listen to more Elvis music again.
yeah.
Like
well,
I
he's still a predator, so I'm not.
Jesus.
So I was not exactly like, you know what? Let's listen to more Elvis.
Oh, I have another question though. I don't know if you guys thought about this, but so we all know that like his influences were black musicians, but like did he ever give them credit? Because he was just straight up playing their songs, but did he ever say
Did he
like
Led Zeppelin it basically? Like,
Oh, he didn't write those songs?
are you no?
no, like in the movie they were like the people he was hanging out with, like in those clubs, they were singing the songs, and then he would sing the same songs as at his shows.
Yeah.
Like Hound Dog, like that woman was singing it, and then he played it at his show. And
Oh, right.
yeah.
Yeah, they did that all the time. Back then, it was a lot more.
Well, the whole
common.
reason why he checked him out was because he was white too. Remember?
Yeah. Well, that was the thing. So this says, Elvis recorded more than 600 songs in his career, but did not write a single song. It says it's impossible to confirm, but he was given co-writing credit on a lot of songs because I guess like the label, how it was done. I don't know if that's correct. That's from Playback FM.
Back in the day, it made more sense to find somebody who could sing and perform, and then you just have people who do all the songwriting. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, there are probably a lot of big artists who don't write their own material.
Well, it's the kind of thing with like all of that early like R&B and like blues music. You just kept playing and redoing different styles of it, and like even the songs that like got popular from one artist were covers of this or like a redone of the original. Like I said, Led Zeppelin before. It was like a lot of their shit is like directly stolen from like old black musicians.
Spirit, that band that they stole Stairway to Heaven from.
That, and it's just a lot. There's a lot.
Really?
Of,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they touched on. We talked about this before. They touched on them a bit. The movie touches on it a bit. That makes so much more sense now.
Well, but like it wasn't a thing where he was like, I'm gonna claim I wrote all these songs. It's all about him performing the songs is what it was.
Exactly. Okay, yeah. I'd still give it a 7 out of 10. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I would also give it a 7 out of 10.
7?
Yeah.
7's all around.
I'll drop it to a 7. It was 8, but I'm like, we'll give it a 7.
Okay. You ready?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
Is Nick coming back for this?
He texted us about Minecraft later, so I don't think so.
Oh, what did he say?
Minecraft later? Question
Oh,
mark.
yeah. For sure. Okay.
All right. So what do we got here? Some kind of fire.
Yeah, I saw this, and I don't know how it's going to go. So,
What is that?
Okay.
Is it like a candle on the end of a stick?
we'll see.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Conjecture.
Here we go. So here we go.
I said. Oh no.
Roll, stop, drop, and roll. No, hurry.
Oh, no.
They didn't even shoot the good stuff. What the hell?
Roll. No, you gotta roll.
Is that really bad? Let me see your face. Is it really bad? Oh my god, dude, you got 30-degree burns.
Show the face.
Show the face. Oh, fuck yeah.
no.
Like the editing things.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Oh shit. All right. So
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's
fucked up.
So it's like they're trying to do the like, blowtorchy thing.
I didn't know that this was going that way.
So it looks like he's got a fucking marshmallow on a stick.
Why didn't they have a fire extinguisher?
Because clearly this is not thought well. He's on a bike, Pat. Like, you think they're prepared for this?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So
Man.
he's trying to do the thing where you like spit liquor and like just do the fire breathing thing. And of course he doesn't know how to do it. And it just catches all on his face. And thing about liquor burning, you can't just like wave that shit off. Like,
Yeah.
So
It's all in his mouth, too.
yeah, he fucked up his face pretty hard.
It looked like he just jumped right into the fire. Like he wasn't even trying. He just rolled right onto it.
Fuck. Oh my god.
No, hurry.
Hurry, put it out. It's gonna burn you. Oh god damn.
Oh, because he put his bike back on the fucking...
Oh
He
right.
put his phone back on the bike.
Oh my god, dude, you got 30-degree burns.
I also like that his friend is like instantly capable of diagnosing his 3rd-degree burn.
He got him, though. He fucking had him. That's... Oh, man,
And then
that's no good.
the fucking Curb music at the end of it.
Is it bad, dude? Is it bad?
Oh yeah. Clinically, you have a 3rd-degree burn.
It's bad, bro. If you gotta ask, it's bad.
Right.
Fuck. I don't know if I could put that last part on Instagram, but I'll put the first part on.
Yeah,
there.
that's fine.
All right. Well, with that said, comments, questions, concerns, just leave them shits below. Give us a review. Molest that subscribe button.
Check out our other YouTube videos. We're clipping them down.
Smash the like button. Smash it hard.
Yeah.
Real hard.
Why do you keep looking at me?
Real hard.
You know, smash the like button.
Real hard.
Real hard. All right, folks.
And yeah. Well, what are we
Shut
doing
her
next
down.
week? I don't know. We'll do something.
We'll figure it out.
Get some sleep.
All right.
Get us out of here.
All right, y'all.
Goodbye.